So, Happy versus Xlord. Happy as the yellow undead player here at the left side of the map, which is Last Refuge. Xlord as the green undead player at the top right side of the map.
The damned stand ready.
Graveyard, Crypt for Happy, same opening of course for Xlord. So nothing to commentate at this stage of the game.
Summoning is complete.
Altars have exactly the same speed.
Summoning is complete. Summoning is
Both players spamming rally points, so there's no way to get rid of that sound unless I remove the sound effects, but I want to have the sound effects on, so of course Death Knight for Xlord, and I believe Death Knight for Happy as well. And Death Knight it is. First Fiend in production for Happy, first Fiend in production for Xlord, exactly at the same time, so Undead Mirror it is, and both players are matching exactly the same actions, so same build order, second ziggurat build exactly at the same time. Let's see if the tech is gonna be exactly the same or if there are going to be some differences. You can see the difference in the creep route. Happy sending the Fiend here on the top of the hill, while Xlord uses his Fiend to start applying some damage to creep this camp faster. So he's going for the camp next to his, for the green camp next to his base, while Happy's doing the same, but he was placing his Fiend here. So I'm not sure what was the purpose of that Fiend, maybe for scouting. But yeah, it wasn't really that useful in this game since it went for creeping anyways, so I kind of like the creep route that Xlord did a little bit more, because you can see he's faster at creeping. He has already finished that camp while Happy barely finished it, and looks like Xlord is going to move towards the Goblin Merchant, which I don't play undead, so I don't know about undead creep routes really, but it looks like you can creep it with 3 skeletons and 2 fiends. You should be able to do that, while Happy is heading towards his natural expansion, grabbing a ring of protection, and is going to be level 2.5 or something here. So Xlord is going to be ahead experience wise because he took the big risk, he took this camp, he took also a lot of damage on his Death Knight. Wand of Mana stealing, not so good. I mean, it's not bad, but you can definitely get much better items on that camp. You can get Greater Invul, you can get Mana Potion, I think. Greater Invul for sure, I think also Mana Potion. So it got the worst of the consumables basically. And Happy's trying to get level 3 here, creeping this camp. Death Knight is already level 3 for Xlord. Talking about tech, exactly the same speed, so no differences again. And so far so good for Xlord. He's a little bit far ahead, but Happy, if he gets to creep this camp for free, is going to catch up. So there is a potential for a creep jack here. And Happy sees that the undead is coming, so he decides not to go for that creep spot, which is the right thing to do in this scenario. 4 fiends already for Xlord, 4 fiends for Happy, so like this is a true mirror match, really. The only thing that was different was the creep route, which gave the advantage to the green undead. But Happy is level 3 as well right now. Maybe he killed a skeleton, I didn't see. So Coil saves the fiend for Xlord, and no one is accomplishing anything really here. I guess things will change as soon as the first leech is out. Attack just a little bit faster for Happy, but nothing really noticeable. And leech starts production for both players. But the big difference here, look at the Death Knight. Very low HP for Xlord, almost full HP for Happy, so Happy did a good job putting damage on that Death Knight and forcing him to back off. So I would say Happy is a little bit ahead right now, just purely because of the HP on the Death Knight, which is going to force Xlord to be more on the defensive side, or at least not to overextend too much. 5 fiends now for Happy, only 4 fiends for Xlord. So a little bit of macro mistake here by Xlord. Happy's got the bigger army right now, 36. Of course this supply looks the same because Xlord already started to produce his fiend, but on the field we have now more fiends for Happy, who's now going for the creep check here. Leeches are out for both of the players, both leech on the field, but again, Happy coming on top of this engagement so far, and looks like the first fiend is not going to fall, okay. But look at the amount of skeletons that Happy's got, and look at the 0 skeletons that Xlord's got, and Leech gets killed by Happy. So again, this guy with the better micro so far. You see how gradually and slowly it took the lead. Everything started with an apparently irrelevant skirmish here, but Happy gradually took the lead until he got the leech kill, and now Xlord is in trouble. 42 supply for green, 47 for yellow, so Happy's got 5 supply lead, which is exactly the cost of the leech. And of course his leech is now almost level 2, while the leech for Xlord is barely level 1. And Tier 3 is finished for Happy, it's finished also for Xlord, so let's see who's going to get the Dark Ranger first. Of course it's going to be Happy, so look at Happy, what he did. He got the lead here, he was camping at the tavern, so he got the Dark Ranger and he blocked Xlord from getting his own Dark Ranger, so it looks pretty horrible for green, who's not able to get a single unit kill here. He can't reach the Dark Ranger, so he can't get his own third hero. He's probably going to lose this camp as well, because Happy is protecting this creep. Maybe you could send a ghoul. He's doing it right now, finally sending a ghoul to the tavern to get his hero. An Abomination is on the field here. I think Happy is going to go straight for Banshees, right? Yeah, you see the Temple of the Damned. No Abomination for Happy. Romantic Undead feels like it needs to throw an Abomination, I guess. Or maybe he's just not going to play Banshees, I don't know. But Abomination is already low HP. It's probably going to fall. As we see, 44 supply, 46 for Happy, 45 for Xlord, who was able to find some kills and even force a TP here. So pretty good engagement by Xlord, forcing a TP out of Happy, killing a few units, losing also a few units, but I guess that was worth it just to buy time. He needs time to stabilize, he needs time to build an army. But Happy, of course, is not going to waste any time. He's creeping this camp here. Oh, this could be crucial. If Xlord gets this item, that will be a lot of experience and, of course, potentially a great item. Happy got the Potion of Greater Mana here. So amazing find, probably the best find on that creep camp. And Xlord got... what did he get? Oh my god, he got the Crystal Ball. Worst item he could possibly get. Crystal Ball. On this very creep camp you can get the TC Aura. You can get many great items over there. But the Crystal Ball is certainly the worst, so it's probably going to be sold. Happy in the meanwhile got the Unholy Aura here, so that's gonna be another one for the shop, because if you were another race that would be a very good item, but of course as Undead you already have the Unholy Aura, so you don't need that item. So it's going to be, that item is going to be sold. Lich is not level 3 yet for Xlord. For Happy, already level 3, that's because of the early advantage that he got. Dark Ranger sitting at level 2, almost level 3. Death Knight well on his way towards level 5. So looks like Happy got the best creeping done. He's even going for an expansion right now. It feels like he's in the position to do that. And Lich is not level 3 yet for Xlord. Of course he's going to get it right now, correctly splitting his Death Knight from his main army to be able to guarantee the level 3 to the Lich. But Happy now is even creeping his orange cap in front of his base. It's gonna be level 3 for it with his Dark Ranger as well. And look at the supply for Happy, 59 versus 50 for Xlord. So Happy now is going to head straight towards the Undead base and is going to push. He knows he's ahead, even though he wasn't aware apparently that Xlord already crept the red camp. He went there, wasting a little bit of time. He could have crept it with the skeleton, I guess. But of course his scouting is usually very on point, but I'm surprised that it didn't scout this. I mean, Xlord crept it like 10 minutes ago or something like that. So we see Banshees finally for Xlord as well. But it looks like he's staying below 50 on purpose. I'm not sure if that's the right choice, since Happy already broke up Kip and he has a huge 61 army with 4 Fiends, 1 Abomination, 2 Statues, only 1 Banshee interestingly, while we see at least 2 for Xlord. And I'm surprised that Happy is letting him creep this camp. This gives a lot of experience, and Happy had all the time in the world to creep that, so a little bit of a mistake by Happy here. But of course, he's going to go for the creep jack right now. He's going to get one fiend, I believe. No, I'm not sure if he got it or not. That was close. 65 food for Happy, 49 for Xlord, who doesn't seem to be intention to break up keep yet. Is now building a sacrificial pit for a shade. But Happy's got a huge supply lead, he's got very good items, he's got the Wand of the Wind, which can disable one of the Xlord heroes forever.
Our forces are under attack.
Xlord is doing some scouting with the Death Knight. That's kind of risky, but I guess the Death Knight is super fast with the level 2 Unholy Aura, so you can get away with that pretty easily. Look at the speed of this Death Knight, that's insane really.
Summoning is complete.
But all camps are gone. Xlord is grabbing an evil potion, which is an accessory. But he needs to do something because Happy is expanding. Happy is already mining and is going to explode with an 80-foot army pretty soon if he doesn't do anything. So he needs to push. He finally broke upkeep and you can see he's exploding with a big army all of a sudden. 66 foot. But Happy is already at 75, he's not wasting any time either. It's mass production for Happy, taking advantage of his expansion, and so it looks pretty rough for Xlord, and I'm pretty sure who's gonna be the winner in this game. That's pretty easy to predict the victory for Happy at this point. Look, this is what I was talking about the other day when I casted one of the other replays, when I said that Undead Mirrors, usually everything is green. You can see this screen is entirely green. Every single unit except for Banshees as being protected with the anti-magic shell, and so these heroes will take barely any damage from the nuke. But the anti-magic shell, personally, I find it very confusing. I find it very hard to micro in such a scenario where all the colors looks the same. And since everything happens very fast into Warcraft 3 fights, it's going to be extremely hard to micro here. However, Happy is not losing any unit. Xlord already lost a lot. You can see the value of the illusion casted on the Abomination. Looks like really green doesn't have any idea on what to focus at this point. It's so confusing. Because of the mirror images, because of the anti-magic shell. And this is an unwinnable fight for Xlord, who's going to be calling the GG pretty soon, I guess. 74 food still for Happy, 50 food only for 52 only for Xlord. Did he kill a single unit? I don't think so. But like I said before, he already started this fight with the weakest position, and the usage of the Wand of Illusion by Happy was like the nail in the coffin, really. It was like, at this point, there was nothing that Xlord could do anymore, and so GG. And let's move on to the next replay.